Hi, I'm Art Ludwig. Designing systems to live better with less use of resources has been my day job for almost 30 years. In this video, I'm going to explain how to do the simplest, cheapest, most effective Greywater system ever, a new system I've developed called Laundry to Landscape. Now we're going to go over each system element, starting with the washing machine, then going on to biocompatible cleaners, diverter valves, transition to outside the house, anti-siphon valve, hose service connection, distribution line, emitters, mulch basins, soil and roots, and the trees. First element is the washing machine pump. This system uses the pump in the bottom of the washing machine to pressurize the lines clear up to the fruit trees. Next element is the diverter valve. It enables you to easily switch between the landscape and the septic or sewer. This is the water coming from the washing machine, and it either goes out here to the landscape or around through here into this utility sink, which is connected to the sewer in this case. You want to make sure that the soaps that you use in the laundry are not only good for getting your clothes clean, but non-harmful to the plants and soil. These large diameter lines don't constrict the flow the way a garden hose does, so they don't add strain to the pump. From the diverter valve, the line has to go uphill or flat to the next system element, which goes at the high point of the line, right near as possible to the washing machine. And that's a vacuum breaker, in this case a check vent, that allows air to get into the system and breaks a siphon that might otherwise form and suck the water out of the machine as it tries to refill itself. From here, the distribution plumbing runs along the bottom corner of this wall, runs along the corner of the house here. This is also all going to get stuccoed over. And then past this rainwater downspout and out onto the rest of the landscape. This is the main line coming from the washing machine. There are several different ways you can do the emitters. And these they're reducing T's with little valves on the end that you can use to adjust the amount of flow. This is a simple emitter shield, just cut from the cutoff end of a 5-gallon bucket. The next element in the system is the receiving landscape. And that consists ideally of mulch-filled basins. This basin hasn't had its mulch added yet, so you can see how it contains the greywater flow and keeps it from just running over the surface of the ground in an uncontrolled way. So the basin contains the flow, and then mulch covers the greywater. Greywater will just flow right into this stuff and be gone. So there might be a little wet spot about that big on the surface, and then the rest of it's just gone. And besides covering the greywater, the mulch does several other good things. It keeps the surface of the soil friable and open, so the greywater infiltrates rapidly, even after decades. And also, it's way better to have the mulch turn into fruit in your garden than to turn into methane in the landfill, which is a greenhouse gas that's 30 times more potent than carbon dioxide. So these little resource basins actually do a great job for reducing global climate disruption as well as helping your fruit trees. The soil is a key part of this system. The beneficial microorganisms in the soil break down any cooties that are in the water into water-soluble plant nutrients. And then the plant roots absorb those nutrients and leave pure drinking quality water to percolate down and recharge the groundwater. So it may not look like much, but this little mulch basin is actually outperforming by almost any measure the $30 million advanced tertiary treatment plant just down the road that's at the other end of that handle if you turn the valve toward the sewer. And then of course there's the plants, in this case a lemon tree, that's turning what would otherwise be a wasted resource, the nutrients in water and laundry, into fruit and shade and privacy.